Alright, it is the covers today. 5 good comic book covers. I have a theme that goes with something I have been reviewing. I have been looking at the DC Golden Age graphic novels from the early 90s. The ones by James Robinson and Liverpudlian funny man Paul Smith. And so for this one, I thought, let's do a theme where it is Goldie Age. And then I realised, how can I do that? I don't have any Goldie Age comics. So here are 5 covers instead with Goldie Age characters or teams on them. We are starting off with an Andy book, Marvel Mystery Andy book. Sometimes Andy book covers get under these lists, and I feel good about it. This is the excellent Goldie Age Andy book they did in 2009. We have profiles on a boatload of Goldie Age heroes you never even knew existed. Most with new artwork done for this Andy book. This cover is by the condemned Millhouse Breitweisers, and Seaman is the main hero on the cover and the largest profile in here. But we have a cast of other notable 40s and 50s action heroes, and they are all running at me, and you know I love that. Convergence's Justice Society of Superheroes Issue 1, cover by Dan Parmesan. He has grown a lot since the cover to Avengers Annual 21, hasn't he? I have a lot of Justice Society of Superheroes covers, and it would be easy if I just did 5 of them, but I tried not to do that, and it still feels like I did. With this though, I thought I would find one for a Justice Society of Superheroes comic that isn't dead obvious. It is an out-of-the-way miniseries, and it still has a good comic book cover. Captain America and his sidekick, Bunky, were missed out on that Andy book. They're not in it, and they're not on the cover, and that was due to both characters having had a strong presence in many other Andy books they had done. This is Avengers 56, Buscema cover. A few days ago, I mentioned the soon-to-be-dead Buscema, and I meant him. He was soon-to-be-dead at the time that Spider-Man comic came out. I wasn't casting a prediction on the still-living Buscema, but it would also be an accurate prediction. And yeah, Bunky, that is a new name for him. I feel like I have said Bucky Man in too many videos to get away with changing it, but the ones that are like their name and then man, those are the characters where I wasn't even trying. Stir-Fry Squadron 66, the penultimate issue of Stir-Fry Squadron. At one point I told myself I should do 5 Stir-Fry Squadron covers for this one. Goldie Age is practically a sequel to Stir-Fry Squadron. Then I looked at them, and it would be like a bunch of similar looking covers, or a bunch of covers by Jeremy Ordinary. I picked this out as it would have stood out among the others, and it is a good cover, and it's not by Jeremy Ordinary either. And then I dropped that Stir-Fry Squadron idea, but held onto this quite decent cover with Johnny Spider for this video. As I said though, it still feels like there is too much Justice Society of Superheroes, even though I've only had one actual Justice Society of Superheroes comic here. This is Infiniteers issue 10, cover by Jeremy Ordinary. Man-Ape is up to his hard tricks again. He has enslaved the Goldie Age superheroes, the Justice Society of Superheroes, by using a stupid magic river that makes them evil. In this, the final furious chapter of the Generations saga. We have the Infinitiers as chained prisoners in the background, but they are not Goldie Age characters, so ignore them.
Let me say this once again, since apparently it was not made clear when this video series began. History of Power Rangers has no set schedule. The videos are done when they're done, and will be released when they're done. In case you haven't noticed, I've been more than a little busy the last few months. If you haven't noticed, wake up already! I attended Power Morphicon, FallCon, did a very complicated ending to an episode of Atop the Fourth Wall, released additional videos in October beyond my regular workload, did my regular workload, which consists of an episode of Atop the Fourth Wall every week despite conventions and other difficulties, one of those difficulties being moving into an apartment.
I got to thinking the other day, God, am I becoming Linkara? In that Wonder Woman review, Obsolete Wonder Woman, after I finished it, I felt like talking about feminism and mentioning Avengers 200 was pure Linkara. Like, Linkara is always talking down to people. This thin-skinned, fedora-wearing relic who wants to fuck Miss Piggy. And I am none of those things, but I did feel a bit condescending saying how there's nothing wrong with feminism. There wasn't much of any feminism in the Goldie Age of comics. Maybe that is why it was the Goldie Age. I'll give this a 7 thumbs up because I tried to think of a Goldie Age era salute to end on, and the first thing that came to my mind was unacceptable.
Welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. If you guys don't stop with all the goddamn Nazi salutes, you won't get any more Power Rangers reviews.